Oh, Sean's chugging out of his second place pitcher. Or glass.
Unlabeled, bro.
Oh, he got so mad he took the etching off.
Yeah, scratch.
Impressive.
So funny story.
Yeah.
When I moved out of Long Beach, we have that massive trophy case.
Mhm.
I only took one pitcher with me. I left the rest there. The only one I took was the first tournament Sky and I ever played together. It was Coney Island, like 2013 or 14, I forget which year.
Yeah.
And I brought it here, and it's like the one souvenir of Spikeball I have. And my roommate was cooking, and he needed to pour this like hot liquid out.
What?
And so he went and he did it into the pitcher because it was just scrambling in the kitchen,
Yeah.
and it just cracked all over. And it stayed in one piece. I think the handle's holding it together, but there's just all these like shatter marks around the whole thing. So
Oh
That's
a
pretty
man.
little
bad.
unfortunate, but I guess
That's
that's
pretty
what I
bad.
get from bringing
Yeah.
one.
That happened to me when I was a kid and tried to make hot chocolate and couldn't find a mug, and the glass just shattered as the hot chocolate went in.
Yeah, fortunately the pitcher glass is like pretty thick,
Yeah.
but it's still never gonna be the same.
Wow.
Dang.
Does
Sad
Skylar
day.
know? Does Skylar know?
No.
Wow.
Do you remember my hot take, Mike? Was that you that I told you? That case is gonna fall by the end of this year.
Oh yeah. It's
Last time I was
so
there, it was
scary.
like
It's scary.
added.
Yeah.
It's a
Listen,
matter of time.
just imagine you're a pitcher that's the only one left, and it's shattered almost completely.
Half broken. Yeah.
Wow. So
Yep.
so is that off the record or on the record? Should I just put that in at the start of the podcast?
Are we recording? Put it in.
Okay. All right. So you guys just got a good intro, but no.
I also do have a funny, I guess, thought. I'm imagining in like a decade, there's going to be people rolling through thrift stores and just like find this engraved picture with Spikeball, and they're like, "What the hell is this?"
Oh,
Because I could just let's see these 25 plus pictures just ending up across the country in random thrift stores.
yeah. I'm sure you could auction them off. Get.
Yeah.
I mean,
eBay, here we come.
worst case, it's like a good heavy duty pitcher.
True.
Like, even if you don't care about that, you might sell because there's good liquid
good point.
carriers. Yeah.
Good for hydration.
Okay. Ready? Here we go.
Let's do it.
Oh, I'm gonna leave that in though. So this is like kind of
Perfect.
a very not real intro, but it's okay. Um, hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to an episode of the Rally Podcast. I'm here today. I'm Mike White, here with Sean Boyer, a guy from the West Coast, and Logan Cornelius down in Texas. These guys weren't on the podcast last week, and if you haven't checked out last week's episode, I recommend you do. I thought it was a pretty good one. But these two were actually down in Cancun, and while they were down there, Spikeball leaked a little something that you might have seen, the spike buoy. So I just kind of want to see if they can get any more information about that.
Yeah, we definitely teased it, and if those that saw, we released that video of us playing in Cancun in a pool, and it was an absolute blast. We're planning to launch, I will say, sometime next month. And for those of you, there's some confusion around if it's going to be a whole new set or an accessory. The buoy is going to be an accessory. So if you own a set, all you have to do is buy that and throw it on your set, and you can play in water. And it's a ton of fun. We're going to be releasing more and more information over the next few weeks, so keep an eye out.
Hey, the Rally Podcast exclusive.
Heard it here first.
Heard it here first. So you got
And
you
if I
guys.
just-
Oh yeah, you played on it, Logan. Yeah.
I was gonna say if I had to choose between a life jacket and the spike buoy, like middle of the ocean, choosing the spike buoy 100% of the
All right,
time.
so that's a real question. Does it say on the buoy? Does it say this should not be used as a flotation device? That is important.
It looks like we got to go back to square one, guys. Launch is not until December. We got to rework this.
But
But-
I mean, would it be a good flotation device?
Maybe for like an infant. I don't know if it would hold your body weight up.
It's the new inner tube. All right,
Yeah.
so that's I mean that's pretty good info. I'm sure people are happy about that. And
Yeah, we're pretty pumped. I think it's going to be popular this summer because it's been a long time coming.
I'm probably gonna get in the pool this summer. I don't do that a whole lot, but I probably will just to play it.
Yeah, one thing we did find too while playing in Cancun, it's fun to set some sort of boundaries because obviously you're a little more limited in water as your mobility. So like you say, you can't hit it out of the pool or you can't have any kill shots. It'll definitely be variations to the game, but I think it's a really fun twist.
I've played with the pool noodle version only once. It was at Ryan Fitzgerald's house in his I guess above ground pool, so it's a little small. And so the only variation we had is I think you can't hit it out of the pool. That's bad. And it can double touch on the net, so it can like roll across because it's kind of hard to hit a clean shot when you're just standing there. But it was actually really fun. It was a really good thing to do. So I'm excited because that was a long time ago.
Yeah, and I saw a few people mention that they've done this with noodles before. We've seen people do it over the years. The one difference or improvement I would say is the buoy has this anchor, so all of the legs come down into this anchor that holds in a spot. Because I know the noodle variation, it's known to float around. So buoy definitely has some pretty cool additions to what we saw our community already doing.
Sweet, I'm excited. So I guess that kind of brings us a little bit into our first topic, because yesterday I released yesterday a blog about the pros and cons of sand, grass, and turf. But I guess I have to add in water as the surface as well. The pros and cons of playing in water. So I didn't really take a side in the article. I just kind of wrote pros and cons, try to present some stuff. There was a comment that got 10 likes that said, assuming they're all flat, grass greater than turf greater than sand. And I want to say I agree with that, but I'm curious what you guys think.
I bet I can guess Logan's.
Yeah, mine's. I feel like I can guess yours, but I could be wrong. But I mean, I'm a grass guy all the way. I would agree with that order: grass, turf, sand. Sand's fun. Like, if I'm not trying to be competitive, just kidding. I'd play competitively on sand, but grass, you just get to everything easier. Defense is what makes the sport fun. Defense is easiest on grass, and if it's plush enough, like teddy bear grass, like that's what you're looking for. You can dive and it's soft.
Sean, have you ever heard the phrase teddy bear grass?
No, but I might start using it. That's pretty good.
Teddy bear is an adjective. Friends. Okay.
Yeah, of course.
Is that what they have down in Texas? The teddy bear grass?
Well, not that we play on. We play on like grass that's kind of gone, so it's more like rocks. Dirt. And yeah, and it kills you when you dive. It's good for the body in a bad way.
Hey, you wouldn't feel that playing on sand, right, Sean?
Yeah, exactly. Well, it depends what beach you're on, but I will say so. My Spikeball surface journey started playing in Chico. Obviously, we have a lot more grass there than sand, so I was definitely a grass player. Preferred it a lot more. You can move around a lot quicker, really get to those long balls. But then when we started going down to these SoCal tournaments on the sand and on beaches, in Chico we primarily started training on volleyball courts with sand, just because we wanted to have that practice before we went down. And then after living in Long Beach for 3 years, you can't beat sand. So Logan, I'm sorry, but I think sand takes the cake. And then turf is fun, but it eats you up.
But what about the Long Beach beach that has like concrete an inch down under the sand?
Yeah, some beaches are better than others, and some sand is like super thick, which you're cramping by hour two.
So because by that logic, we should just have all of our tournaments on grass, but just bring tons and trucks of sand and just make our own sand courts.
On teddy bear grass.
Teddy bear grass.
That does actually remind me. A post from a really long time ago, a social post someone in the community put up. They actually built a circular sand court in their like front yard or backyard. So they brought in like tractorfuls of sand, and it was sweet. They had the whole like a time lapse video of the setup, and I'll see if I can dig that up. But it was really cool.
I do remember that because I considered doing it back in the day. Like, do we have enough room to do this? Because my dad did not like it. He's like, that will ruin my grass.
Sand isn't cheap either.
Oh no. So
yeah, I remember my first like main experience on sand was Nationals 2014 in Santa Monica. Like one normal step in Texas, like 10 normal steps in Texas was like one step in Santa Monica. That sand is so deep. So I felt like I was like walking a mile with every step just because it was exhausting.
Yeah, worst sand I've ever played on, Long Island. It's so bad. Like like your 10 steps to one doesn't feel like an exaggeration on that sand.
Yeah,
it's like so thick. It like you step and you're pushing like a whole bag of sand. It's
So I'll ask you guys, how much of an advantage do you think that, let's say the next time we have West Nationals, which is looking like it's probably going to be this year, how much of an advantage do West Coast teams have over some of these other teams that don't train on sand?
So
Because you're saying 10-1,
so
that's pretty
if
big.
Nationals is on sand, I think the West Coast teams have maybe it's not maybe an inherent advantage, but you get an advantage because your style of play depends on what surface you play on. So I think the reason this Strange Embrace is so good at Body D is because when you play on sand, that's something that works better. So they do more of it. So I think that when you play on that surface, and some teams may be better if they play on grass all the time, they might be better at long balls because that's just what you have to do on grass. So I think it's not like maybe play on sand all the time and you're faster on sand. It's more of your style of play on sand is different, and that's what they're used to. So
there's a certain amount of like wow, I forgot the word. You just have more stamina. You have more stamina if you're used to playing on the sand as well.
Yeah.
Like in that style of gameplay too.
Yeah, I said the other I think before Huntington, I said something like, "Wow, my calves are just gonna die tomorrow." It's just because like I don't think I'm used to like even playing barefoot is like a new thing. But don't worry, Skylar Bowles, I'm very excited for San Diego. Barring I don't get sick.
Yeah, you were pretty sick at Huntington.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were just faking it because you were scared, Mike.
I just really didn't want to play with Ian. But
sounds like he was okay with that.
He was fine
Ended
without
up
me.
pretty well.
Also, actually, maybe I can't say this, but I'm gonna. Ian and Chris are teaming up again for San Diego.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think Drucker's not going again, so Ian and Chris are teaming up, which is
We're just gonna
wild.
have to name Chris and Ian
They're a team.
Origin Impact.
Yeah.
I can see the headline now: drama within Origin Vengeance or Impact.
Yeah. love Triangle featuring Ian Golombesky.
Patrick Drucker out.
Who is Chris's real bae? Drucker or Ian? All right, I'm gonna have Tom make up a little graphic with that. So
that'd be great.
I'm gonna replace all of their podium pictures from last year with Ian's face over Drucker's. But yeah, so turf is just a love-hate relationship. I think even though it hurts, it's just better than not moving. Like, I'll take the pain. It hurts, but you kind of get over it after a couple dives. Just playing like lacrosse growing up, like that's just how it happened. Like you're gonna go down, you're gonna get some turf burn. So I'm kind of fine with it. So I prefer being able to run. Like I think the only bad parts about turf are lines, which we're getting rid of, the pain, which you can just kind of get used to. But the actual hardest part, I think, is that the field's so flat. It's a good thing, but the balls roll forever, and it's just such a pain to play on. It's such a pain.
Yeah. Also, I'll say, too, like, if we think about Nationals, there's some incredible serving from this past year. I think serving is you have that slight edge of consistency because where you're stepping is completely flat, the net's going to be completely flat, so your hits are truer. Overall, I would say the game is a little more consistent just on a turf setting.
Yeah, also, I think the net can have a little more oomph because it's a hard, solid ground. Serves can be better on turf too.
Yeah.
I'm a grass guy.
We used to always play on. I mean, we played the majority of our games in college on turf, just because. I mean, it's not only is it consistent in like its play surface, but like no matter the weather, you can play on turf, which is nice. And like there's some like I was saying, the grass, like some grass is ideal, but the majority of grass, turf is still better than, because like the grass can still hurt as much, and like turf is always pretty much the same.
Yeah, like so it's just good grass they won't let us play on. that's the thing. If there's good grass out there, but you're not allowed to play sports on it. So yeah,
that's like I realize like in life now, every time I see like a field, like an open field, I'm analyzing it, thinking like, ooh, like could we play Spikeball there? Like I look for the quality of the grass, and then I look around for lighting, thinking, oh, is this a possibility for for us to play Spikeball?
Yeah.
I the other day, Sven and I we went to go get dinner, and I saw a field, and she's like, hey, we're getting dinner, like you're not gonna play.
About it.
like you're like this is the middle of a shopping center. You're not going to play spike ball on that grass.
It's like you're wearing a suit.
You're probably right. We probably shouldn't play there.
Yeah, I do find with myself doing that too. But I don't know. So, well, Sean, would you prefer grass or turf if you had to play?
That's tough. I think in most cases I'd prefer grass, but kind of what we're talking about, if there's definitely better fields than others. So grass to a certain extent.
Yeah, it's got to be good grass. Oh,
yeah,
but
I just like playing barefoot too, so it's fun to get your toes in the ground and run around.
Rock, paper, scissors for cleats.
Okay, Brady.
Okay. So, I don't know. That's what I had there. Wasn't much. So I did a little poll, and the few people that answered, I think grass was the winner, but that also might be most people just play on grass. It might not be the best. You know, taking a vote doesn't indicate what's the best. You know, if everyone in the poll was from California, it might say sand, but we'll see.
Also, I don't have the quality of sand to play on consistently like Sean has had, and so that probably does play into how I choose as well. Who knows? Maybe I'd like sand more if I played in Long Beach the majority of my career.
Yeah, I think it does come down to familiarity. Bad pronunciation. When in 2015, before summer spike, I believe we played a ton on these sand volleyball courts in the town over. So going into summer spike and then playing Chicago afterwards, and we also played on that Long Island tournament, which I didn't enjoy that sand, but I still played on it. I was really comfortable in the sand, and I thought it was my favorite surface. And now I haven't played a sand tournament in over a year and a half, so I don't really like it anymore. But maybe if I played on it for a while, I'd get back into it.
Dude, San Diego's going to be a rude awakening for you.
Yeah, I mean, I have a week to play a little pickup. I'll get a little used to it. I know. Well, like even playing a meetup on before Huntington, like I was just struggling. It was just so different. The net's just there in a bunch of little grains. It's I don't know. I hadn't played on sand in so long, and it just kind of throws me off.
To bring this full circle, though, I'll give a hot take. 2020 Nationals is going to be water nationals.
That is the hottest take of all time. I mean,
it's hard for that take to be too hot though, because it's in water. You know.
Are you saying it'll be really rainy?
No, I'm saying we're going to be in some Olympic-sized swimming pools that are waist deep.
What would be pretty good is we had a mud nationals by accident.
Yeah,
that'd be pretty funny. A little dangerous.
True.
All right.
Or not by accident.
Yeah. Oh. Okay. So let's move on from that. That was pretty good. Just have some information here. I don't know why I was sitting back in my chair. I'm getting too relaxed here. I look like Logan, who we can only see his head and just assume he's relaxed from the neck down. No, I'm kidding. You're okay. You're okay, Logan.
You got me nervous. I don't want to be a floating head again.
That was a funny one. Just want some information. This year, as we talked about for Huntington, co-ed division is a big thing. We're going to have a co-ed division at the Atlanta Tour Stop, the first Chicago Tour Stop, and the Lancaster Tour Stop. So make sure to find partners for those. We're excited about that. As well as some people asked about the streaming, because we streamed at Huntington. We will not be streaming at San Diego, but for the month of April, plan to stream at Atlanta, San Francisco, the Chicago Tour Stop, and then College Nationals. So it'll be a big month of streaming for roundnet, and I hope for the College Nationals stream to be pretty great. Got some nice analysis going for the championship, because it deserves it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And Logan, going off of that, what do we have coming up this weekend for Collegiate Roundnet?
Yeah, so actually this weekend is it's like kickoff of college sectionals. So it's the first kind of year we've done like a sectional type thing, which is drawn a little bit from the regionals and nationals format of like the highest level. But basically this weekend there's 5 sectionals. Top 2 teams of those sectionals will be in Power Pool at College Nationals at the end of April. We have 5 this weekend and then 4 next weekend. We have, Pacific Northwest, Southwest, Tropic South,
Central,
Atlantic Coast, and Central. That's what we're seeing this weekend. So there's actually some big name players from the higher level tour series that are playing these, which is exciting. Like easily Doug will be at UT Chattanooga. Peter John Showalter with Asbury, I believe, is playing, and then Schweppes, Rosedale Bible College. So, and then shout out to UGA and Midlands. They've 10 teams registered for
how many?
What is it? 10.
Okay, cool.
At the Atlantic, I think Atlantic Coast. Yeah, but they're killing it. Every school needs to have that many teams.
I know, and up in the Pacific Northwest, George Fox has 6.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Crazy. Yeah, I did want to touch on when I don't think Peter John's actually playing. I think Zach Webb and someone else from Ashbury are playing.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay, good.
But I do want to say, you mentioned them Schweppes, so they're a power rank team representing the Central, but also OSU. Vinny Bonta has let me know that he thinks his partner's pretty good and they could do something. I don't know if he'd say they could beat Schweppes, but I think he mentioned that they think they're getting pretty good. So I'm excited because Central also has is it ISU, the Redbirds? They won the sectionals in the fall.
Yeah.
So I know. Tropic South UGA 10 teams. That's just ridiculous, right?
It's awesome. That's
not really, because it's 20 people, and I think some of these clubs are getting pretty big, having a lot more than 20.
But still, there's a difference between 20 people playing and getting 20 people to go to a tournament. That's it's level. But I think Vinny Bonta actually is no longer playing this weekend. I think I know. That was recent news that I believe took place. So.
I'm out of the loop.
Yeah, it's okay.
We're both out of the loop. We're both out of the loop.
It's true.
Yeah.
But no, I'm excited. College is growing, and I think this year Nationals. I mean, last year Nationals was huge. It was a fun event, and I think College Nationals is going to be even bigger this year, and I get to go this year, so I'm excited. So, planning on taking a part in that streaming a little bit, as you mentioned. So, it's my favorite roundnet pastime.
So after this, we have the second round of College Sectionals on the 24th, March 24th. And then College Nationals is at Ohio State University in Columbus on April 28th. Yeah. Yes,
it's 28. It's either 27 or 28 or 28, 29.
28, 29. 28, 29.
Okay. I feel like I should know these dates off the top of my head, but
it's okay.
There's a lot of them.
It's 2018.
It's true.
You have your phone with you.
No. Yeah. 28, 29. I just confirmed that Mike already confirmed.
Wow. Thank you, Logan. That means
so
welcome. Much.
It's gonna be cool though. I like college because it gives opportunity for these teams that may not typically do well on the open pro division to come in here and win a title. Do you guys? I'm not as familiar with the teams. Do you see any of the teams that are going to do well in nationals also do well in our open division?
Yeah. So I think in college, are there 3? So I think 3 teams are power rank teams. Do compete in college, and there are also a bunch of other power rank players that compete, like Spicy Ruby, Easily Doug, Schweppes are all college teams. Then we also have a lot of other college players. Oh, my computer's messing me up. Like Ben Dantowitz competes with University of Rochester. Grayson Ayers on LED, the number 9 team, competes for his college. We had, I believe, Bonin and Weiler of Origin Chaos. They haven't yet, but I think they may be able to compete. Ben Dantowitz, I already mentioned. I'm just going through the list here. Max Modell competes with his college. Mercer has the team Recrum, Gus and Carey, the number 18 team. Schmanuvements, number 21, Brandon Spector, Nick Abramson, compete for their school. And Valley Dogs, I believe, 1/2 of them compete for UCLA. So, yeah, there's actually a bigger group than I thought. I was wrong. I'm kind of happy about that.
It's exciting too because it shows the sport's young, so on both sides of college is exciting, and then that's a bright future. So, excited for college, and even most people probably don't know this, but high school is growing as well. So. But the funnel's it's starting to form and create and grow in the sport.
Yeah, and I want to.
Yeah,
You got it.
these are the kids that are going to be winning championships down the road.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so now I want to plug on Facebook. Got a bunch of groups. There's now a co-ed roundnet group. If you're interested in co-ed roundnet, join that. There's a Spikeball College Clubs group. So if you're a college baller and want some more information or some help on making a club, helping expand your club, do that. And there's also, is it Spikeball High School? I actually don't know what it's called.
Yeah.
Spikeball
High School Clubs.
High school clubs.
Clubs.
So
Yeah.
join that too if you're a high school baller and want to do some more stuff. So great resources because Logan's in there. Christina, who is she works with all the ambassadors and helps growing high school and college, is in there. So join in there.
Yeah, and it's one thing going back to college. Like we saw what many believe to be a preview of what would be the national championship game with UMass and UT Chattanooga. But I think I like college because the Southeast is one of the more dominant regions. Its sections, and so I think Southeast is going to take home national championship this year in the individual division. So yeah, so I'm throw that out there.
Some foreshadowing for the future around that.
Wow.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Everyone's hating on the Southeast now, but there's a sleeping giant about to awake. So watch out.
Got to hold on to something, right?
Wow.
That's right.
You heard it here first. That's Logan's whole plan these past few years, building up college roundnet. He specifically focused in his own region in the Southeast so that years later they take off.
It's the slow play.
It's meticulous.
I'm all about the slow play.
It's a 20-year plan.
It'll be worth it.
Okay, that's all we had to talk about today. Thank you, Sean, for that info about the buoy. That's all you're really here for. Logan, thanks for the college info. You're here for more than that. We're really good friends. Just kidding. But anyway, thanks for listening. As always, we'll see you here next week, next Wednesday. I'll probably be live from Long Beach, California, or somewhere out in California, as I'll be going out there. So maybe we'll have Skylar Bowles on, maybe Ian Golembeski, maybe my sister Nora White gets some stuff from the TD side of things. So awesome. Thanks for joining me, guys. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next time.
See y'all later.
See ya.